Well, hey there, Vikings. Welcome back to the playthrough. We're on episode 11 today, and at the end of our previous episode, we had just got back from our first forays into the Black Forest. We had met and killed a couple of trolls, these big blue buggers who hit like trains. We also killed more than a few of the Grey Dwarfs and harvested their eyes. We got some of the troll hide from the trolls themselves, which we're going to use to turn into troll hide armor. That is the next level upgrade to the deer hide armor we're currently wearing. The armor upgrade on it is pretty significant, so we'll definitely want to use that going forward. We also found a couple of nodes of tin, which we gathered, and we also marked a few of the copper nodes on our map, as there is one big distinct difference between the two nodes. The tin nodes are just the small clumps of stone we found by the water's edge, which we were able to mine quite quickly and easily, whereas the copper nodes were these large blocks of stone in the ground, which we're going to spend a fair bit of time having to mine those out, especially with these basic level pickaxes, but we will get onto that at some point soon. And yeah, I think for now we're just going to turn this troll hide into the troll hide armor. Now, the troll hide armor, with the increased amount of armor that it gets, you also get a set bonus when you're wearing all three pieces, I believe. So I believe that's the helmet, the armor, the chest armor, and the leggings or the trousers. When you're wearing all three pieces, you will get a set bonus, which makes you extra sneaky. It increases your sneak skill by 15 points whilst you're wearing it. So you will use less stamina while sneaking, and I believe the other bonus you get as well is that you do more damage on your sneak critical attacks when you first hit a mob whilst sneaking, but I could be wrong about that, so I'll have to double check that and confirm it in future. Now, as you've probably seen on the playthrough so far, I don't do a huge amount of sneaking, or I haven't done a huge amount of sneaking so far. It's not that I don't like the sneak mechanic, I think it's pretty clever, I just don't like the amount of time it takes when I could just walk up and beat it to death with a club. The majority of the time, so yeah, I haven't really made use of the sneak mechanic so far. We might try and do some in the future, but yeah. We're just going to do a little bit of housekeeping. We have just put a couple of chests down at the front here, which we are shifting all of our older armor sets and weapons and stuff into. We're going to keep hold of those just in case we need them to recover our gravestone in future games or future sessions. You never know when you could die in a difficult area, and you might need to have some armor and weapons in order to get back there. Going to quickly refresh our rested buff and check out where we're going to go. We are going to go back to the Black Forest biome we discovered, or we were exploring yesterday, which is connected to that mountain. We're obviously going to try and avoid going anywhere near the edge of the mountain, as we don't want any of its denizens trying to sneak up and attack us. It has happened with the Black Forest already. We were exploring the meadows and we saw a couple of Grey Dwarfs making their way over from a Black Forest biome that was nearby. Oh, we're just going to check on the piggies. Everyone seems to be doing okay in here. Try and get over this fence. They're a bit of a pain. How many raspberries do you guys have? 4 of them. That's okay for now, but we will want to put some more in there at some point. Barry's fine. Bessie is fine. Yeah, you're all good. We do also need the tin to make a butcher's knife, which is the only weapon that you can currently use to slaughter tame animals. You can't attack them any other way. It makes sense because obviously you don't want to accidentally hit one of your tame animals whilst you're being attacked, or whilst you're chopping down fences or anything like that, so we will make that butcher knife at some point soon. But yeah, I think for now we're just going to make our way over to the Black Forest and continue our exploration. Hopefully we can find some more skeletons, some more trolls, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we can find some crypts or some burial chambers. The first of our underground dungeons in Valheim, which we definitely need to find before we can continue with our copper and tin farming. Okay, so while we're making our way over to the... Oh, hello. This neck is chasing us for a bit of time. There you go, a spear in the face. That'll sort you right out. Take 2 of these and call me tomorrow. Silly neck. Don't know what he was thinking. So yeah, anyway, as we're trying to make our way over to the Black Forest and continue our exploration, we are going... Oh, God, now there's a greyling. Okay, we'll deal with you first. You can have 2 spears. Oh, God, another neck. Where did you come from? Why have you guys stopped making noises when you want to attack me? Okay, you can also have a spear. Call me tomorrow. Oh, got another greyling. Has the game just decided to turn off the noise activation that animals make when I'm nearby so that they're going to attack me? Because usually that's the biggest indicator as you're about to be attacked, is that they kind of screech at you and they start chasing. These guys are all trying to sneak on me. See, that's the noise that necks are supposed to make. No, there's a boar! Okay, Spears for everyone. I'm Roman Reigns incarnate. There you go. Spears for everybody. There you go. You can have a spear, and you can have... No, let's not make a joke about Oprah. Anyway. So, as I was saying, as I was rudely interrupted several times over by the denizens of the meadows, I guess they're not very happy with me right now. Meadows, you need to chill the F out, alright? Just chill. Well, hey, your boss is already dead, so why you guys are angry? That's probably why they're angry, to be fair. Anyway, so, as we were trying to say, before we were so rudely interrupted multiple times over, was that we're going to go over the troll hide armor in a little bit more detail. Now, I have covered the set bonus that you get, which is the plus 15 to your sneak skill, so that you are more sneaky when wearing the full hide armor from trolls. But I didn't cover the actual armor bonus, the increase of bonus that you get from your armor. So with the leather armor from deer, we have 2 points of armor per piece of gear that we're wearing, so in total we have 6 armor currently. And with the troll hide armor, with the legs and the tunic, we have 6 points per piece, which is put our total up to 14 now. So we've over doubled our armor with 2 pieces of gear, which I'm quite happy with. That's probably the main reason why... Oh, this is mountain. We should probably avoid going near here. We don't want any of the denizens of the mountain to start attacking us. But yeah, I would say that that's probably the main reason why I've gone for the troll hide armor now, is that it's easy to get. You need 5 bits of troll hide from the trolls themselves, and they drop 5 every time you kill them to make the tunic, and 5 pieces to make the trousers. So kill 2 trolls and you've got 2 pieces of armor, which has over doubled my armor rating currently, so we are nice and protected. Oh, gonna kill this grey dwarf first. Those glowing things right there, we will need them. I'll cover those in a second. So yeah, the thing is that for the cape and for the helmet, we are going to need 15 more pieces. I believe it's 10 pieces for the cape and 5 pieces for the helmet. It might be the other way around. We also need some bone for them as well. Those 2 pieces are a little bit more difficult to make, so we are going to hopefully gather those from here. And yeah, so hopefully our armor bonus should go up to, what is it, 6, 12, 18, 19 in total, hopefully. So this right here, the glowing thing, is called a thistle. So this is one of the other food items you'll need to gather from the Black Forest. Oh, that's a spawner as well. But yeah, so if you see these glowing thistles, I highly recommend picking up as many as possible. You're going to need a fair few of those for later crafting recipes from, cooking recipes from Black Forest. And this glowing, smoky purple thing right in front of me here is a grey dwarf nest. If you're a fan of Minecraft, if you've played it in the past, it's a spawner. This thing will spawn a grey dwarf or a couple of grey dwarfs every 30 seconds, I believe it is. And all you have to do is just chop it down, get your axe out, smash it a bit. You can attack it with your weapons as well. You don't have to use an axe. I just use an axe because it's made of wood, and I think I thought the axe would be more effective, but as we could see from the white damage numbers, it was just standard. And the item we got from there was an ancient seed. Now, I'm not going to do what I did with Eikthyr in terms of teasing what item we're going to need in order to summon the next boss. The next boss is called the Elder. He is a giant tree man, and yeah, we need ancient seeds to summon him. But just like with Eikthyr, I can't remember exactly how many that we need, so I'm just going to gather as many as possible whilst we're going through the Black Forest. We're probably going to be in the Black Forest a bit longer than we were in Meadows, and then when we actually go to kill the Elder, that's when I'll be able to tell you how many of them we'll need to summon him. But he is just a giant tree man. Oh, hello. This right here is a troll cave. Sadly, it's not a crypt or a burial chamber, so it's not the one we're specifically looking for. But if you are looking at farming trolls and killing a lot of them, you will need to find a troll cave. So we can just walk into the cave here, or let us enter. We can just walk up to it. But I think whilst I'm here, whilst we're in shelter... Actually, no, we're just going to enter it. Don't think we'd actually get the rested buff because we haven't got a campfire. And here we can see some glowing yellow mushrooms on the left-hand side. And the cave will kind of sneak off to the back. Oh, I think he spotted us. Yep, there he is. Oh, this is one of the guys. This is one of the trolls with the log, his club. Ouch. Oh, wow, that nearly killed me. So there you go. That's there's one of these. Well, there's both his attacks. So with the trolls that use tree trunks as clubs, they use both attacks more liberally than the standard trolls. With the standard trolls, they'll probably do 3 or 4 of their swipe attacks before they do a ground slam. Whereas with the trolls that are holding tree trunks, they'll do 1 of each. So they'll do a swipe attack, and then they'll do a ground slam, and then they'll do a swipe attack, and then they'll do a ground slam. So yeah, just be careful. Again, dodge rolling them, very nice and easy. Exactly the same as the the standard trolls as well. Just dodge roll right before the attack's about to hit, and you will pretty much avoid all damage, or you will avoid all damage. And again, as you can see, we're using our spear, and we are doing extra bonus damage to him because he's weak to piercing damage. Now, if you're wondering why, as I'm fighting him, I keep looking up, it's because his health bar and his name are at the top of his head, and I'm trying to keep an eye on his health bar as we're fighting him. So obviously I'm trying to work out how much damage I'm doing per hit so that I know roughly how many hits I need to kill him, so that I can manage my stamina resource a bit more effectively, because the last thing that you want is to run out of stamina before you want to dodge roll or block. That would probably be a death sentence, or would mean that you take a hit which would do a lot of damage. So yeah, trolls, because they're so tall, you kind of have to look up in order to see their name and their health bar properly as you're fighting them. It's a bit of a pain, but it's not too difficult. You can kind of angle it so that you can still see. Oh, I actually think our inventory's full. Oh, that's awkward. Okay, I think we'll just drop this stone and this wood. We don't need a huge amount of that so far. What else can we drop? Kind of need everything else from there. But we have picked up some more hide. We have picked up another trophy. And we are going to gather these yellow mushrooms. So these are a slightly better version than the standard red mushrooms that we found. They do also glow as well, so they are a little bit of a light source. I'm not sure if you can place them down in terms of building, say, a little glowing mushroom light source in your house, but you can obviously just pick them up, and I would keep them for future cooking recipes as well. You'll also notice there that he has a chest towards the back. There's a couple of chests actually, and he's got a fair few things in there. Some leather, some gems. There was a diamond or an amber, not an amber, sorry, a ruby in there as well. But we are full on our inventory space. We don't have any free slots and don't want to drop anything. It was not a good idea to bring all three of our pickaxes out with us, considering I don't plan on mining anything whilst I'm in the Black Forest right now. But yeah, that's the troll cave. What we'll do is we've marked the troll cave with a marker on the map, and we've also left that marker open so that it tells me in the future that I know it's still got items in it, so I can come back in future and pick up the rest of those items. There is something you can do with markers that you put on the map, which is, I'm not sure exactly which hotkey it is. We'll remember that once we actually clear our first burial chamber, or our first crypt. There is a hotkey you can press when putting markers on the map, which will put a red X through that marker. I use that to basically tell myself when I'm looking at a map that here is a crypt, but we've cleared it and there's nothing left. So don't bother, coming up and thinking, oh, this is a new crypt that we haven't explored yet. So yeah, that's something we will we'll showcase when we actually get to clearing the burial chambers themselves. Oh, here we have another copper deposit, so let's mark this one on the map. We're not going to need a huge amount of copper deposits. You do get a lot of copper from one of them, but they do also take a very long time to mine out. As you can see from the size of them, they are quite large stone slabs, so they're going to take a bit of time to mine. But we are going to mark about 4 or 5 of them. We might put a couple more down, just in case we need any in future. But we aren't going to need a huge amount. I'll probably give a more accurate number once we actually start farming it and making copper and bronze materials and tools and stuff. But I'm ballpark, I would say you probably need about 100 pieces of copper, possibly. Obviously, as we covered in our last episode with tin and copper, in order to make bronze, you need 2 pieces of copper to 1 piece of tin. So you will need twice the amount of copper as you do tin for anything that you're going to make. But there are also recipes and things that you can make that you also need individual bits of copper and tin for. So yeah, I'd probably ballpark it and say about 100 copper is what you'll want for a majority of things that you're going to make. But I would say get more than that if you plan on upgrading. Oh, hello. This is another food item. We're going to need to work out what to drop for this one. Come on, what can we drop? What can we drop? Let's get rid of this nearly dead torch. Put that one up there. So, this little white plant in front of us are carrot seeds. So if we pick up this plant, we will get 3 seeds for carrots. So we are obviously going to have to make ourselves a garden and start planting. We do need an item. We have to make a tool in order to do that, which we'll need bronze for. So we can't do that just yet, but you can find these scattered around the Black Forest. So again, I'd recommend picking up as many as you can find. The more seeds, the merrier. And once you've started planting carrots and growing them, you can also then make more seeds from them. So You don't need that many to get started, but the more seeds you find, the better, because then you can have more carrots sooner, so you don't have to plant over and over and over again. But again, we'll cover that when we actually start making our garden. We're going to need to do that at some point. We are just, for now, just going to keep exploring. Try and find some more copper nodes, hopefully some tin. I'm not going to mark any of the tin on the map. We don't really need to, as, like I said in the previous episode, tin is very similar to flint in how you find it. All you need to do is walk along the water's edge, river, ocean, stuff like that, the coastline, and you'll find plenty of tin nodes, more than enough. So we'll probably get more than enough tin from this one zone here for all of our tin uses in the game. So yeah, I'm not going to mark any of them. We'll just do a big search along the coastline when we actually do need it. Found some more blueberries. We'll need lots and lots of those. I think this zone isn't fantastic, this Black Forest biome, because it's mainly because it's on a mountain, so the majority of it is quite slanted and we're having to climb a fair bit. These stones, like faces and surfaces that you can see, you can't actually stand on them properly. Your character will just start sliding down the slanted stone parts. So it's making traversing this area quite difficult, but there is a mountain right there, so it's not that big as well. The mountain itself is actually quite small, so it's not a great mountain. We'll probably only get a few bits that we actually need from it when we go there. But yeah, so hopefully we'll find a nice large flat Black Forest biome in future that will have more than enough of what we need in there. And you can still find creatures like deer in the Black Forest. They do wander in here a fair bit. Deer are more native to the wooded areas of the game, whereas if you're looking for boar, you're more likely to find them in the open areas. That's one thing I neglected to mention whilst we were farming them in the meadows, is how to find them, but just running around exploring, you'll find more than enough. And then obviously with boar, you can tame and breed them, so you can get more than enough of what you need. And again, like I was saying in the last episode about the amount of grey dwarf eyes we're going to need, you need a lot of them throughout the whole game. And it's not that you need to go and actively hunt them. You'll find more than enough when it comes to grey dwarfs, especially when we start mining copper and tin. They start showing up in quite high numbers, so yeah, it's not something you need to actively hunt. You don't have to go and dedicate a whole hour session to going and killing grey dwarfs specifically. You'll kill more than enough just passively whilst you're out exploring and gathering stuff from the Black Forest. This looks like another troll cave. It is! Hooray! Oh, there's 3 pieces of bone here. Very nice. Take all 3 of these. And might as well go in and pay the owner a visit. Basically a home invasion, this one. Mark it on the map. Don't think we'll be able to pick everything up from this one, so we'll leave that marker open again. We won't put the red X through it, so we know that it's got items that we're going to need to come back and pick up. Obviously refresh our... Actually, we'll have a blueberry. Have a blueberry instead of raspberry this time. Oh, he's got his back to us, so technically we could sneak up on him if we wanted to. Oh, no, he's looking at us. Hi. Don't mind me. Oh, okay, he saw me. And this guy is without a tree trunk, so we can just dodge roll his slams, dodge roll his swipes, and kill him nice and easily, stab him repeatedly. Now, I have kind of hinted at this in the past, and I will hopefully try and showcase this in the future, but we do have another use for trolls. Sadly, we can't really do anything with this guy other than kill him, because we won't be able to make him leave his cave. If we were to leave the cave now, he wouldn't follow us out. So, yeah, we're just going to leave him in here. Oh, we're going to kill him, sorry. But there is another use that I have for trolls that I will showcase at some point. I'll try to showcase at some point. And it is... I have said it's a little bit cheaty, but we're basically going to use the trolls to mine copper for us. So those of you who have done this before or have seen this before, you know what I'm talking about. For those of you that haven't, I'll showcase it when we get to it, if we can get to it. It does require finding a troll that's nearby some copper in order to make use of this cheaty little mechanic, but it's not exactly a cheat because it's something that trolls do when they attack you, but yeah. Again, we'll cover this in more detail when we actually try it. For now, we're just gonna dodge roll the heck out of him. Can you imagine being a troll in this situation, trying to kill this annoying little thing that's come into your home, and all it's doing is just rolling around in a circle, avoiding everything you do? Imagine being at home one evening and there's like a spider on the wall or a spider on the floor, and every time you try and swat at this spider, it just dodge rolls out of the way. Imagine how annoying that would be. Well, imagine how scary that would be if the spider started dodge rolling. And I'm not naturally afraid of spiders, but Dodge rolling spiders would be freaky. Guy's taking a little bit longer than normal to kill. Oh, it's because we don't have our rested buff, so our stamina is regenning slower than usual, which means we can't be as liberal with our attacks as we usually would be. But down he goes, another 5 pieces of armor for the cause. So all we need now is another 5 pieces from a third troll, and we will have enough to make all of our troll hide set. Gather up all these mushrooms, because we've already picked them up, so we've got them in our inventory. See if he's got any chests at the back of his cave. I do apologise for how dark it is in here. It's very, very dark. Even watching this back as I'm editing, it just looks incredibly dark. And that's even when I've got the brightness turned up so I can see what's going on. So yeah, this is not the greatest of brightness settings. We'll try and avoid this in future. I know that when we actually go to burial chambers and stuff, when we go underground into dungeons and stuff, we will have light sources with us. Oh, it's nighttime. That's probably another reason why it was a bit dark. There's no light coming in from the outside. Pull our torch out. Now that it's nighttime, I don't really want to stick around in the Black Forest too much, and with the fact that we've got a full inventory, it might be a better idea to actually head home quite soon. So I think we'll look at doing that shortly. Yeah, I think we'll do that. We'll use our Eikthyr buff and head home for now. It's nighttime. I don't really want to be in the Black Forest at nighttime. I'm trying to avoid it as much as possible, so yeah. This will at least allow me to showcase the Eikthyr buff a bit more so that you can see me sprinting home and how much longer the stamina bar lasts whilst we've got the Eikthyr buff going. So yep, we're going to head home and we'll probably call the episode here as well. So thank you all for watching and we'll catch you in the next one.